Hi, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. I am Missy, and I am so glad that you are here. I have noticed that I have gained many new subscribers, so I thought I would just take a few seconds and just introduce myself and tell you a little bit about my channel. I am a 40-something living in the apartment on the Jersey Shore with my husband and my daughter and our two puppies. And our dream is to one day own our own home here on the Jersey Shore. But for right now, we're in this little apartment and we're very blessed to have it. And my whole focus is making the space that you're in a home. So even though this is a tiny little apartment, it's not ours. I really can't do a lot of makeovers or anything like that, renovations, because it's not ours. I still want to make it our own and just make it feel like a cozy home. I love bringing seasonal decor in to make the place warm and cozy. I love cooking. I just love being at home and having hobbies and things like that that just make being home enjoyable. Don't get me wrong, I love to be outdoors too. I love nature. I just try to surround myself with as many houseplants as I can so I can bring in a little bit of nature into my home. But home is where the heart is at. And I just try my best to make what God has blessed us with, which is this little apartment, the homiest, coziest little place that me and my little family can enjoy. And I'll share some words of wisdom with you along the way. I am not perfect. I am on a journey myself to better health, to better wellness. I feel like everybody is. And I invite you in for that as well. And I just share my life with you. I'm just going to share everyday life with you, very realistic life with you. My home is not aesthetic. It doesn't look like a Pinterest little picture. It is lived in, it is warm, and it is cozy. And I share the good, the bad, and the ugly of everyday life because I feel like that should be what people share. So that when you leave this channel, you don't feel worse about yourself or like that you're missing out on something or that you should even have more than you have, because I don't feel like that's realistic. I feel like what is realistic is making what you do have your home, not to live outside of your means, but to live inside of your means and be grateful for what you have. Not everybody has thousands of dollars to spend on home renovations and decor and all of that stuff. Most of my stuff comes from the Dollar Tree, or I thrift it, or it's hand-me-downs, and I love every moment of it. So if this sounds interesting or good to you, I just ask that you hit that subscribe button, become part of the Lovey Tribe, and I'll be glad to have you here. You are welcomed here. Good morning, friends. It is finally really chilly today on the Jersey Shore. It feels like maybe 35, 40 degrees. So I didn't wear anything. I just went out with my t-shirt on this morning to take Dozer out, and I was shocked that I actually needed a jacket. I was chilly. So I think we're finally moving into the colder months. Anyways, while my coffee is brewing, I want to address something really quick. Just very quickly, I have been getting a lot of comments about my daughter. I understand the curiosity around her. She's in a lot of my videos. She is always home. And I get a lot of comments like, doesn't your daughter go to school? Do you homeschool? Why is she always home? So hold on to your seats. My daughter is 22. My daughter is 22 years old. I know a lot of you, a majority of you, think that she's in her teens, maybe 13, 14. Some of you even said 12. My daughter is autistic. She is on the spectrum. And being developmentally delayed is part of her autism. So yes, she looks about 13, maybe 14 years old. That's where she is, about here. She is out of school. So she is at home with mama learning life skills at the moment. When her father and I feel that she is in the right space, developmentally, we want to encourage Savannah to get a job. You know, there's many places out there in the world that take challenged adults and give them a place to work and give them an environment. We just don't feel that she's in that place right now. She also deals with extreme anxiety. I think it would be more harmful for her than beneficial at the moment. So right now she's at home with me doing life skills. So just very quickly, just want to put that out. I don't share a lot of that on my channel because number one, I just feel like that's kind of Savannah's, that's her private information, if you will. You know, that's her story. That's what she's going through. And I did ask her this morning if I could clear this up a little bit here on YouTube because she watches my channel too. And she has also been seeing the comments regarding her. And she said it was okay. I understand. I truly do understand. Like you're trying to piece things together and it just doesn't make sense to have a 13-year-old home as much as she's home unless she's being homeschooled, but I don't ever share homeschooling things. No, it's because she's 22 and she's finished with school. So that's about all I'm going to say about all of that. So when you see Savannah in my videos and we're out doing mother-daughter things, she loves to call those mother-daughter days, or here in the house putzing around with me. She has her specific chores that she does every day. She's in charge of feeding our dogs, taking her dog out, her bedroom. She has dish duty on certain nights. I'm also trying to teach her how to do measurements and with cooking and things like that. So every once in a while, you'll see something like I'm making and explaining to her eggs or how much a half a cup is and letting her pour it and do it and all that. Because I'm also trying to teach her how to cook and be more self-sustainable and things like that. So that is my explanation about my daughter, Savannah. Oh, and another thing that I always get to is I mention every once in a while that I have 2 children and no one ever sees my son, or I don't talk about him, or whatever the case may be. My son is 27 years old. He is a correctional officer in Pennsylvania. When we decided to move back to the Jersey Shore, he stayed in Pennsylvania because of his career choice, and he also has a girlfriend. They just bought their very first home. They're going to be signing their papers. They're closing on December 10th. They're so excited to get their first home. So you don't see him a lot because we're not in the same state any longer. If you go back and watch my older videos, like from the mobile home, you'll see him all the time. He was still living with us then. But we do live in separate states and such. And I don't share a lot of what he's doing because, again, he's an adult and that's his private business. So just to clear that up too, I have 2 children. They're both adults. One lives in Pennsylvania. One lives here at home with me. So I hope that clears up a little bit of like misunderstanding, because I know I have many, many new subscribers and I understand you trying to piece everything together. So today is a new day. So what are we doing today? We're doing homebody stuff today. That's what we're doing. By the end of the week, I really want to go out and try to get, in the previous video, I talked about the little Christmas tree to put here in my office. If I turn you guys and bring you down a little bit, this is the mess. That is my office at the moment. I hope I didn't just make you like dizzy and want to throw up. So I really want to continue to decorate because I really would like to get all this up before the weekend and get it put back in the closet. So I'm thinking today I'm going to work on my kitchen. And I was thinking about it, just tossing it around in my head. I might just go ahead and like decorate my living room in another video and just leave out the few little things that we'll need for the Christmas tree. And I'll just make our very first real Christmas tree a whole separate video. So really the only spaces I have left is my kitchen and my living room, and I want to do a little bit for my dining room table. I don't decorate my dining room table to like the max because we do use that to like eat. We sit there in the mornings, on the weekend to have our coffee and our breakfasts and stuff. So I'm not gonna like do a lot, but I like to put like a little centerpiece maybe in the middle of the table. And I do have a nice idea for the living room. But I think today I'm gonna work in the kitchen, and my whole home needs vacuumed because Dozer is, I think he's shedding his summer coat and getting his winter coat, which makes no sense to me, but whatever. His fur's everywhere. So, talk. I know, I'm such a talker. So I'm gonna actually color a little bit this morning while I drink my coffee just for some me time. That's one of my absolute favorite hobbies. And I just want to encourage you that, I know a lot of you work outside of your home and those things are a little hard, but even if you do work outside of your home, I still encourage you, take time, even if it's just 10 minutes while you're sipping coffee, to do something for you. It makes all the difference in a busy day. You know what I mean? I know I work from home. My day may not be as busy as someone who's trying to rush out the door or has 5 kids to get off to school or whatever. But somewhere in your day, try to just find 10 minutes to do something just for you. My coloring, as silly as it sounds, is just for me. It's just something that I enjoy. It gives me peace, and it gives me this it just gives me this feeling of like I did something. I accomplished something for me, just for me, nobody else. I'm not cooking. I'm not making meals. I'm not doing anything else for anybody else, just me. So I encourage you to do that for yourself today. So I thought I'd share with you that I made some changes to the hutch. I was digging through my stuff and I found these. Those are, I think, last year Dollar Tree, and I think they look really cute. I had little bird plates hanging there, but I think that makes it look a lot more festive. And then some of you guys were saying in the comments that the candles that I put in my mother-in-law's sconces were just way too big, and I agree with you. So when I was digging for stuff to decorate my kitchen, I found smaller candles, and I totally agree, those look 100 times better. And then you guys were saying that there was too many candles on this side and none on this side, so I agreed with that. And I put one here, I put the snowman over here. And then because I moved the snowman, instead of the gingerbread man sitting here, I put a little snowman. So, oh, and I switched out the tree because I had a gold tree sitting here and it just didn't look right. So I put 2 green trees. Or I could go back and switch out for 2 gold trees so they would pick up the gold from the Thomas Kincaid teapot. Maybe I'll do that. But for right now, I put 2 green. But I really do think the candles make a big difference. I agree with you guys. Those candles were just too large from the Dollar Tree. And I like those pictures. I think they look adorable. I might have to put something right there. So if I can find something like a little mini wreath or something like that, I might put it there. I think that'll look really cute. So just those few little changes, I think, made a big difference. All the candles aren't on one side and they look much more appropriate for the sconces they're in. Still stinking adorable though. I absolutely love it. So thank you so much for the suggestions, guys. So I gotta clean up the kitchen before I can bring some Christmas decor to it. It's a little messy. So get ready, we're gonna do some YouTube magic. Are you ready? Ta-da! YouTube magic! Nice clean kitchen ready to be decorated. That's the vegetable soup I made the other day. I'm gonna warm that up for lunch. I'm just letting it come to room temperature so my pot don't crack. But nice clean kitchen. We are ready to bring some festive cheer. So in years past, I've always hung up those little wreaths. I'm thinking when I was digging through all my stuff, I found, you can hear my stomach is growling. I found these, and they are from, as you can see, Dollar Tree years ago. And I don't think I've ever used them. I think this is what I'm gonna put in my kitchen and use those wreaths in a different place just to have something kind of different going on over my sink and over the stove. So I'm gonna get these up and see what they look like. I think they look okay. They look a little small, but I think for the space, that one I might need to make the rope a little tauter so that I can pull that up so you can see the whole picture. But I think I'm gonna do those and save the wreaths for somewhere else. And then we're gonna get some stuff on the counter. Thought this was appropriate. This will look kind of cute leaned up against here. I think that looks cute. I like that. And then I'm gonna try to string some garland from here to there. I made this last year. If you want to see a video on all that, where I dried out the oranges and the cranberries, I can link that video down below. I have hung up more garland. I pulled out my other Pioneer Woman Christmas bowl to hold my seasonings. If you don't know, most of the stuff that I have in my kitchen that's everyday stuff is Pioneer Women, like the utensil holder, my teapot, my whatever those things are right here that hold the dirty utensils when you're done using them, my butter dish. I have a bunch of stuff that's Pioneer Women, and I have regular stuff that I use all year, and I do have a few pieces for Christmas. So I always try to incorporate those in. And then I did fix that picture. I think it looks much better. It's not hanging behind the stove. And then I'll try to give you like a little view here. So I strung the garland, and I don't want to put too much on top of my toaster because we use that all the time and nothing that will melt. But I think this looks good because this is all my counter space. This is it. So I don't want to over clutter this because then it'll just frustrate me because I won't have room to do anything. So the next thing I'm going to do is work on my little baker's rack, and I'll give you guys like a little overview, and the kitchen should be done except for vacuuming because after I decorate, I have to vacuum. that looks great.